far too long now, weak institutions have allowed themselves to be bullied effectively by a few mouthy figures on the left. I'm talking about the types of people, of course, that you see be offended on Twitter about 3 different things before they've even rolled out of bed. This is a tiny but vocal minority who shamefully, time after time, we've seen institutions in this country cave into because a few no-marks make a bit of noise about what they're offended about today. But it does look like the government are going to do something about this, because Gavin Williamson, the Education Secretary now, announcing a free speech champion, but also, as is being reported, academics who lose their jobs in freedom of speech disputes will be able to claim compensation through the courts as part of a new plan that will make guarantees of freedom of speech in universities a legal requirement. The government will appoint an academic freedom champion to investigate possible cases where the right to free expression may have been breached. In addition to this, the Times report, student unions could be fined for breaches of free speech under the new plans. Gavin Williamson, of course, the Education Secretary, quoted as saying, "I'm deeply worried about the chilling effect on campuses of unacceptable silencing and censoring. That is why we must strengthen free speech in higher education by bolstering the existing legal duties and ensuring strong, robust action is taken if these are breached." In a piece for The Telegraph entitled "Turn the Tide on Council Culture," we will start with the universities respecting free thought. It reads, "Coming legislation will broaden the legal duties of educational institutions, meaning they must actively promote freedom of speech on campus. Under a host of new measures," he writes, "we will seek to strengthen protections for free speech and academic freedom in higher education, increase the rights of redress of those who are wronged, and establish a new free speech and academic freedom champion." Now, the free speech champion will be appointed to the board of the Office of Students. And Nicola Dandridge, the chief executive of that body, quoted as saying, "Free speech and academic freedom are essential to teaching and research. Universities and colleges have legal duties to protect both free speech and academic freedom." And now, of course, it's sad. It's very, very sad that it's come to this. And we've seen this far left intolerance where they seek to shut down debate. And you've seen some academics welcome this move from the government to promote and protect free speech. In a letter to the Times, a group of senior academics welcomed the proposals. And in a letter, I believe, organised by Matthew Goodwin, a professor of politics at King's College London, they write, "In recent years, too many academics have been marginalised because they hold unorthodox views on issues like gender, Brexit." Of course, what you regard as an unorthodox view on this, in terms of the commentariat versus British mainstream public opinion, is a very different thing. They go on to say that challenging speakers have been disinvited, and universities often put the emotional safety, quote, of students ahead of free inquiry. "A string of recent studies show that many academics who hold non-conformist views self-censor and do not feel comfortable sharing them on campus. This undermines viewpoint diversity in the very institutions that are committed to truth and free inquiry and hampers our ability to develop well-rounded critical thinkers." Look, this is a no-brainer, isn't it? We must have free speech in this country. It must be protected. We must not allow vocal but small minority who have nothing better to do with their time, and I think are massively intellectually frail, hence why they don't even want to debate, because they're not actually secure enough in their own opinions that they'll stand up in the battleground of debate. So I think this is a welcome move. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this actually does improve things. But what a sad state of affairs we're in, where academics feel like action like this is needed, because in so many cases now, freedom of speech has been shut down because a few snowflakes are getting offended. Let me know what you make of this story in the comments below, guys. And if you found this report helpful and informative, as ever, whack me a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss my next video. And of course, thanks for watching.